and welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you've already watched some of my videos. If you haven't already, please do consider subscribing and hitting that bell icon so you'll be notified anytime I post. So, it's almost payday, which means it's time to see how well I did with my cash envelopes and sinking funds for the past 2 weeks. And this is kind of September's last paycheck. I know it's October, obviously, but my pay schedule is every 2 weeks, so it doesn't necessarily coincide well with the end or beginning of the month. So sometimes my last paychecks in the months do have to go into the new months quite a bit. But just so you're aware. So anyway, let's start. So for giving, I put aside $120 every 2 weeks. I gave all of that money to my church. So that means I should have $0 left in my envelope. So here's my giving envelope. And as you can see, it's empty. So I'll refill that once I get paid. For restaurants, I had 55. 30 was from like the budget amount for this past 2 weeks, and the 25 is from the first 2 weeks, and it's what I had left over. I did end up spending 35 because I treated my mom when she came up for the concert. We went to a restaurant and split a couple of things, so I treated her, and the 35 includes my tip. So I should have $20 left, and I forgot to do that in green. Oh my goodness, some days. So this is my restaurant. So, 10, 15, 20. So I have 20, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this aside, and that's going to go, well, I was going to put it into my bank account. However, I think what I'm going to do is take basically all the money that I would put into my bank account, don't put it into the bank account so that I don't get that transaction fee, but instead treat it as money that I'm going to pull out for October's cash envelopes. And then I think if I do the math correctly, because I did look at this before and contemplate this, I should have enough that I only need to get $60 out of my bank actually. So I think I'll do that so I can avoid the additional deposit, like the additional transaction of depositing it, because I do get charged for any transactions above 12 transactions a month, so I want to try and keep within that. And what that will do is I'll have the money that I would have taken out for my cash envelopes left in there, and I will put my hockey money into the appropriate savings account, and then the money that, like restaurants where I have extra, I'll keep count of that and put that money towards my debt snowball payment, and then at the end of the month I'll pay that money, extra money. Because I'm gonna put the bank fee video up here, but if I go over 12 transactions a month, I do get charged a fee for every transaction above the 12, and I want to try and keep from hitting that if at all possible. And it is pretty tight. So, next up is my fun envelope. I had 20 for this paycheck and then 20 from the last paycheck. I thought I was going to spend that at the concert, but I actually didn't stop at the merch booth because you know what? I was there with my mom. It was about memories, so I figured I'd just leave it be. However, I did get some things from Michael's and Dollarama. For Dollarama, it was just a couple of things for my plants because I have some plants that are either top heavy or having trouble standing on their own, so I needed to get something to support them. And for Michael's, it was just a couple of the $2 notebooks that I couldn't resist, especially because I'm doing Inktober. So I did end up spending $17.15, which should leave me with $22.85. Oops. So this is my fun envelope. I'm gonna take out the bills first and then I'll count the change. So I have this 20. So we'll move this down a little bit. So there is 20. So 22, 22, 25, 50, 60, 70, 80. I know I had the 5. That is weird. I am missing 5 cents. I'll have to keep an eye out for that. So I'll set this 20 aside, and that'll go towards my debt. And that money is being put aside and put in my change cash envelopes. So, yay. Okay, so for groceries. And actually, I'm super happy with this. Also, before I forget, I met my goal without including my groceries savings. So I had a goal of saving $30 for my cash envelopes. I saved $40. Yeah, that was a good month. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. Weird. Anyway, back to groceries. So for groceries, I had budgeted $60. I had nothing left from last week, the first paycheck. And actually, I spent $47.05. So obviously, I saved some of that. And I had $12.95 left. So you know what that means? I'm at my goal of saving $10 off my grocery budget. And you know what? That is super exciting because I was really good about, especially this last time, about making sure that I didn't get more than I needed. So yeah, that's why it went so well. So this is groceries, if I didn't hold that up already. So 10, 12, 25, 35, 45, 55, 65, 75, 85, 95. So change goes to the side, savings goes over there. So for my bus, I'm not going to give you the full story. You can get that in my bi-weekly breakdown update. But suffice it to say, the fare went up. I thought I would be fine to purchase it at the October bus pass at the old price. However, because it's October, they decided to charge a new fee, which wasn't communicated very well. So kind of annoyed about that, but whatever. So I spent $82.50, which meant, unfortunately, I was $2.50 over in this category, which did not make me happy. And I called and I complained. But it is what it is. Just have to live with it, unfortunately. So altogether for my cash envelopes, I had $355 budgeted. I spent $301.70, which means I was, even with the $250, I was $53.30 under budget. So I think that's pretty good. And let's count this money that I'm setting aside for an extra debt snowball payment. So 20, 30, 40, 45, 50. And then the 330 is my change. Although technically I do have I have a little bit more than that, but that's only because I put the $250 on my credit card because I didn't have any change on me, and just to make sure that you know it's empty. So this is my bus cash envelope. And look, it's empty. Sadly. Okay, so let's move on to my sinking funds. So, first up is gifts. And with the amount I had budgeted from last time, I had $85. I spent $15 even. So that means I should have $70 left. Oops. I'm gonna go look in the drawer I keep my cash envelopes because I feel like that's where the nickel came out. So 50, 70, and that's what I have left in my sinking funds for gifts. And just so you know, I did post my Christmas budget. It will be up in the iCards. Okay, now vacation. I had $70. I spent 0 of that, which meant I should still have the $70. And if you haven't watched one of my sinking funds, I do treat basically if I don't spend any money, I just say that's positive, even though it is a sinking fund, and sinking funds are like mini savings accounts. So I'm saving this money. However, I just kind of like doing it that way because it makes sense in my brain. And I guess that's kind of what is important. So for vacation, I have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. So perfect, that matches up. And the reason I do this, where I count the sinking fund, is because I want to make sure that you know that that's what I have in here. For MISC, I actually had a transaction for this one because I finally got off my lazy bum and got my birth control refilled. So that was $9, which means I should have $41 left over. So, MISC. Oops. There we go. Is that everything? Yep, that's everything. Okay, first the bills. 10, 20, 30, 40, as promised. So, 25, 50, 60, 75. I'm missing 25 cents from there. Okay, I really need to go back and check that drawer because I feel like I've lost a lot to that drawer. So, we'll take this aside, and this goes back in MISC, which I kind of threw it prematurely. So I will go back into my drawer, and I'll let you guys know in my cash envelope section if I did find those few cents I'm missing, because I'm pretty sure it should be in there. So next up is my subscriptions. I have 70. I spent 0, which means I should still have the 70. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. Perfect. I'll get just enough for the Disney Plus subscription just in time before it comes out. So, yay! Alright, and finally is my hockey envelope, and I am gonna set this money aside. It is gonna... Okay, so I had $240. I spent 0 of it, so I should still have $240. And because this is so close to my $250 maximum for having on hand in cash in one envelope, I am going to take this and make sure it gets into my bank account. But what I'm going to do is, instead of taking this money and the 50 from, that I managed to save from my cash envelopes, I'm going to treat this as kind of my cash envelopes money for my stuffing next week. And then I believe I should need like $60 more to make it be enough for how much my cash envelopes are. Not including the 20 I'm going to stuff in this, because I'm going to purchase my playoff tickets early, so I'll get a bit of a savings. So that's where that 20 from next cash envelope stuffing is going to go, instead of pulling it out here. But anyway, and what will happen is that money that I would have taken out for my cash envelope stuffing, I'll put I'll take the $240, put it on my credit card, which is what I'm going to use to pay so I can get the points, and then take $50 that I won't now have to take out and put that aside to put towards debt for October. So, if that makes sense. I hope it did. So, 50, 70, 90, 110, 130, 150, 170, 190, 210, 220, 230, 240. So I'm going to put that aside. And there we go. So altogether, I had budgeted $515 for my sinking funds. I spent $24, which meant I still have $491 in my sinking funds. So that's really good. My sinking funds are going along well, and they seem to be doing really well. So yeah, let's continue on. So for my emergency fund, I had 744 cents. From last time, I added $100 of my own money, plus I got $3 off of interest. So altogether, I now have $847, so that's good. For my brother's tuition, I had $200 previously set aside from August. I put aside another $200, which gives me $400 in that account set aside for my brother's to pay the remainder of my brother's tuition. So that is going really well as well. And yeah, oh wait, I found that's where the 75 from, or the 25 from my misc envelope went. It must have slid out and slid off. So I just found that, and I'm just gonna put that aside in with the rest of the change. So just so you know, I did find that for 25 cents for my misc, and I need to find that 5 cents from, I can't even remember what cash envelope now. Yeah. But anyway, this video is kind of getting long, so I'll let you go. But in the meantime, please make sure you subscribe, hit that bell icon, and don't forget to like and comment on any of my videos. I really like hearing what you have to say. So until next time, bye!